our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to Schooled Thru Spirit. Host DeEtte Ranae is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Ranae.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here on Schooled Thru Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. This is a radio station, or show at least, of which I do talk to different people of different modalities of spirituality, or those that just have had spirit touch your life and really kind of change your lives. Now, every morning I do have a discussion of whichever spirit gives me, and then I go on to my guest. Now, my guest this morning, oh my God, I do not want to massacre her name. She's such an amazing, amazing person. I actually asked her to send it to me phonetically, so I did not mess it up, and I think I'm going to mess it up, but I don't want to. It is pronounced Kalunyahawi. I just messed it up. I am so sorry, darling. Kalunyahawi Traveler. She is a seer. She's amazing. I'm going to have her pronounce her name a million times. Good morning, Tim. Am I me? Yes, I can see you, darling. I can see you. So, oh yeah, I need to let you guys know. I need to let you know that you can now download the full station schedule on the website. It goes right to your calendars, links and all. Thank God for Danny Loosemore. He's the one that was, yes, you're fixed, darling. And I don't know who said good morning, sweetheart, but good morning. Just so you guys know, you can do that now. We've been trying to make it so that, because a lot of people are saying like, oh my gosh, we're not getting the they're not getting the notification. So there you go. Danny Loosemore of Soul and Synergy Radio did that for us. So you can literally go to the website WLTK-DB.com. You can download the schedule and it will go straight to your calendar of everybody, all of our shows. You won't ever miss us again. What do you think? What do you think? You'll never miss us again. I'm going to really quick pop this all over Facebook for the world to see. As you know, we do this off of Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. I don't do it on the Twitch or YouTube. My manager, Todd Bates, does that, but I do it in the other places. So there we go. And this week, guys, this week is Valentine's Day week. Oh my God. You know what? I was going to run a Valentine's Day special. And something happened over the last few days, and I'll explain that in a few minutes, but something happened over the last few days. It just kind of stopped me from doing that. Not that I don't love you guys, not that I didn't want to run a special, but I'm going to have to kind of switch that special up a little bit to where it used to be like you could put in a code in my website and do it. Instead, I think we're going to do it different, and you're going to just have to message me. Be my Valentine. Will you be my Valentine? How's that? Send me a message in Facebook, or you can send me a message. Did I get it everywhere? I'm not even sure anymore. Or you can send me, it's Terry. Oh, hi, Terry love. Hi, Keith. Oh, I love you guys. I'm gonna say it this way. My special this week, you have to send me a private message either through Facebook or through my emails, at medium@DeEtteRanae.com. Be my Valentine. Okay. And then I'll give you $50 off an hour reading or $25 off a half an hour reading. And you'll just have to pay for it at the time of the reading or Venmo, whatever. But let's do it that way. I like that better. Be my Valentine. So if you want the special this week, you want to get that special money off, there you go. And we'll say it again later on throughout the day. So what did happen? What happened? Oh my God. Are you guys all ready to see this? Are you guys ready to see this? I think I told you guys last week, but hi, Terry, go here and authorize so your name can be seen. I love it. Thank you, Todd. You know what, Todd? I do that. I authorize all the time, and it never works for me. I don't know why. But this is what happened, guys. Hey, Angela, this is what happened, guys. I had some reconstructive surgery last Thursday. I think I told you guys I was having surgery. They literally took my thumb joint out, like the whole joint, removed it, stripped a tendon from my arm, and put it in there and reconstructed the joint of my thumb. So, good morning, Kevin. So that happened this last week, and I will tell you what. Thank you, Anthony. I will tell you what. I think that's what we're going to talk about today because I don't know what else. Oh my God, look, it does hurt, Courtney. You don't even know. I think my pride hurts more than anything. My ability to know, um, what isn't surgery? It's a blast, Tim. Surgery is so much fun. But I'll tell you what. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Thank you. Um, Better. Yay, Terry, I got you now. I love it. I love it. So I'll tell you what. What has this done for me? What have I learned over the last week? Oh, no, take care of you. Now is the time. You know what? I have got an amazing daughter that's been doing my hair for me. By the way, do you like it? I love it. She's been doing my hair. My grandbabies have been doing a lot for me. Everybody's been kind of kicking in and trying to help. My mom has come in and help. I love it. I have got so many amazing people that, of course, I'm stubborn, guys. I am so stubborn. I am the person that says, guess what? I'm going to do it all myself. And I still do. So, Angela, while I had a few surgeries in my hands, that's rough. Healing love to you. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Um, but I'll tell you what, this is really so I'm holding up, guys. If I don't, my fingers swell really bad. So I gotta keep it up. Good morning, Miss Holly. Or Miss Haley. Sorry, not Holly. Um, so major things that made me really realize about this. I'll tell you what, I've had some surgeries. I mean, guys, I had gastric bypass not that long. Not stubborn, you're right. Thank you, Haley. Um, so literally what it's really shown me is what am I capable of doing myself? I know I've always been a very independent person. I mean, I am. I think I was born independent. I always say I'm that 0 degree Aquarius. I don't know anything but independence and kind of rallying going forward. But I'll tell you what, this one really kind of had me doubting. This one has put me in a place of complete trust. I'm happy 1010. Oh, it is, isn't it, darling? Thank you. Um, it is really put me in a different place, guys. It's really put me in a different place of trust. Because there's a lot. I always look at myself as independence. I look at myself as that person that can do it all on my own. I really have. And going into the surgery, I didn't think much about it. I really didn't. I was thinking, oh, life isn't going to change much. I might need help wash my hair. Life will be good. Blah blah blah. Oh, by the way, I figured out how to wash my hair. I did that this morning, which I was yay for me. Um, but I'll tell you what, it's really put me in a place of having to learn to trust, learning to Miss Linda's show last week, I think she had to learn to let people help her. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And that's kind of been what it is. It's opening up and allowing things to help, opening up and allowing, I will tell you what, even allowing spirit in. Because, this has taken me out of the game. It's taken me, it took me even out of working for a while here. I mean, gosh, and it's not like I get a paycheck from someplace else, so I have to really rely on myself on a lot of aspects. And this has really taught me a lot about learning to lean on other people, learning to kind of release, let go, and I'm going to tell you allow spirit in because this is what's happened over the last week. Um, spirit, obviously, the universe is getting you ready for surgery. They're getting you ready for this. And believe it or not, this is what they happen. They clear your docket. Whether you're like it or not, they clear your docket. They're like, you're not going to work. You're done. This is it. And you're going, oh, got to pay bills. Don't know what I'm going to do. But what literally happened is I sat back and I went, okay, spirit, I know I'm going to be okay. I don't know how. I know I'm going to be okay. Life is grand. Life is going to be awesome. I know I'm going to be okay because I have full trust there. But I'm like, Spirit, what do you want me to do in this quiet time? Like, I'm not used to quiet time. So, what do you want me to do? So it was really interesting because as I sat back and I've looked and I've done a lot of listening because I'm also the person that doesn't. I don't want to take the pain pills, guys. Hey, Mo. Um, exactly, Keith. Exactly. But I'm a person that I don't like to sit still. I don't like to be quiet. I don't like. I like to be go go go. And what happened was it's made me sit back and it's made me listen. It's made me listen a lot, okay? It's made me listen a lot. And it's also shown me a lot of different things. It's given me different ideas. I mean, and I won't even say it's given me different ideas because it's not me getting the ideas. It's literally been spirit tunneling these ideas in, okay? Um, so what has been happening is, Spirit's been going, hey, do this, do that. That darn book again, guys. You would not believe how many people that, trust me, did I even tell you guys I was having surgery? I mean, I didn't tell literally anybody I was having surgery. So I don't even know if I said it on the air last week. But I had more people come out of the woodwork, literally out of the woodwork, going, I don't know what's going on with you, but I feel like you're having downtime. You need to write the book. Spirits tell me that. How am I going to type? One-handed? They're like dictation. I'm like, you know? I'm like, okay. I do a radio show yesterday. I'm doing the radio show. I'm doing readings, and Spirit's doing some more talking. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I literally get, yes, we knew. Oh, thank you, Hallie. I couldn't remember if I told you guys or not. Turned around, all these different things happen, um, that literally makes you sit back because it puts you in this place where you're in, I'm not going to say stuck because I'm not stuck, but it puts you in this place, kind of like a holding space, this holding space, and says, you know what? You're so much more. I just like the program is called Dragon. Get it and write that damn book one-handed. Love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a GoFundMe account for the Dragon program. How's that sound? Anybody want to donate to the Dragon program? There you go. You can do it to my Venmo. Um, thank you, Salon. I wasn't sure because I had a lot of people come back and tell me I didn't say anything, and they were really upset with me for not saying stuff. Um, oh my God, so many comments. You guys are so awesome with the comments today, guys. Yes, I had asked for help and was down for a week. It's a humbling and eye-opening experience. I'm done. Yeah. Isn't it crazy, Ange? It's so crazy when you have to get into that aspect. Um, Courtney, okay, I'm totally agree with this new thing, but I heard in the normal radio that there is a new search engine such as Google, but it's an AL generated. Okay, I don't know anything about that, darling. But anyway, good morning, Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are, but it's really made me sit back and go, okay. And I'm actually, guys, taking all these notes. AL generated that key. Oh, that's awesome, dear. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Um, but it's a kind of you guys are so awesome this morning with all your comments. Holy cow, you guys are awesome. Um, but it's made me sit back and go, okay, Spirit, where do you want me to take? I never slow down. I never stop. I never go, oh my God, I got to think about this. So it's been incredible to really be slowed down, to be, I'm not going to say stopped, but slow down, put in that holding tank to say, now you just got to listen. You got to listen. We're going to give you information and here you go. Just listen. And it's been incredible. It's been humbling. It's been humbling. It's been crazy. It's been eye opening. It's been sitting back and realizing what I can do if I put my mind to it. Okay. If I put my mind to it. Because, like anybody, guys, I'm in my ego. Everybody, I mean, we're in our ego. I mean, we're crazy if we don't think I mean, everybody even says, I'm ego, I'm ego free, blah, blah, blah. No, it's still there. It's still there because you come up with the ideas, you come up with this, you come up with that. And this has really put me in this place to go, is literally just sit back and go, hey, Spirit, hey, tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. You've got me in a holding platter. You took my hand away. Well, I actually took that away. You took work away. You took this away. You took that away. What do you want me to do? And to have full trust. To have full trust. And it's incredible. Hey, hey, Kaden. It's incredible to be able to sit back and go, oh, wait a second. And they start giving you a list. They start giving different things of what to do. Tim says, if you need advice on what you to do when you can't do anything, I'm your guy. I love that, Tim. Thank you. Mo, honestly, so weird. I'm in that quiet pause as well. Listen to time. Exactly, guys. You know what? And it really is, guys. I mean, how often do we put ourselves in that place to just listen, to sit back and go, you know what? I'm just going to listen. I'm going to follow direction. I'm going to whatever. You know what I mean? And this is what's happened in this thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to see if I can syndicate this radio show. What do you think? Take it digital and airway and go more. Let's see what else we can do with this. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll just send some emails out and that's all I do, but maybe we'll get a yes back. Who knows? Let's see if we can get the show a little bit bigger. Let's see if we can incorporate more people. Who knows? I thought of an idea. I started another class, that I'm going back to Hayward, Wisconsin, guys. Oh, I love it. I'm going back to Hayward to teach a class up there. I haven't taught my beginners in forever in Hayward, Wisconsin. And a phenomenal friend of mine, Lisa, has a brand new place up there. And said, yeah, come on up. We'll throw some chairs out. You know what? Get 20, 30 people in. Let's do the class. And I'm like, great. So I'm doing that, you know, um, and it's just been one thing after another after another. And I'm looking at, I don't know if you guys know this, but I also, I signed a contract with Patty Negree and her school, Magicus. And I'm going to start teaching through there also because Spirit said it's time. And I'm like, okay, it's time. So I reached out to have, a meeting and start going there. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy as I've listened and them coming in more and more and more. Just like they said to give, a Valentine Day discount. I went, okay. And totally, they didn't tell me to go to my website, which they normally do, or my scheduler to do it that. They said, no, just, hey guys, do it this way. Okay. Maybe I need 100 people reaching out saying, be my Valentine. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I'm just listening and following. And this has literally put me in that place to do that. Keith says, my hardest thing to do is to meditate, but when I'm trying to, you know what, Keith, I am with you on that meditation. Oh, it is, Kelly, very uncomfortable. It is, Mo, it is. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy. So let's talk about meditation a little bit, Keith, because you know what? Meditation is incredibly hard. And I will tell you what, I don't meditate, guys. I'm not a big meditator. I mean, if I'm doing trance, if I want to do that type of work, yes, I do a lot of meditation beforehand, to practice to get myself in that mindset. Okay. Notoriously, I'm really good at just dropping in, really good at just dropping in, or I'm really good at just quieting the mind. Even though I'm busy, busy, busy all the time, I'm really good at quieting my mind. And meditation is one of those things. That would be so cool, Courtney. You don't even know. It's okay, Mo. I think I got it. Keith. She said, not Kelly. Keith. I was responding to his comment. Oh, perfect, Kelly or Mo. So meditation is one of those things. I teach a lot of people to meditate. Maybe I need to do a meditation class. Because people struggle with it. Number one, why do people struggle? Why do we meditate? Why? Why? I mean, seriously. I never understood that until literally somebody went, why do I do this? And I went, that's a really phenomenal question. Why do I meditate? Why do I have to meditate? Because I'll tell you what, even when I first started, I was screaming, why do I have to do this? Like, what's the sense in doing this? To me, it was just such a waste of time. Hello, good morning. I don't know which Facebook user that is, but good morning. So reason to meditate. Okay, I'm going to tell you, there's a few different reasons. One, calm the brain. Good morning, Miss Lori. Um, Lori from Lori. I love you put that from Lori, but you actually showed up today, which is awesome. I love to have seen your name. So reasons to meditate. One, get yourself in a present state of mind. It really is. Present state right now in this moment, not a moment before, not a moment behind. And I know people are going to go, why? Why get into that point? I'll tell you what, because it's peaceful. It is peaceful. It is calming. It is relaxing. Guys, this is the eulogy. The eulogy, not eulogy. Um, this is what I'm going to use to explain to you, that meditation state. Okay. And I know you've all been there. You've all tried, but those moments where you just space out, you know what I mean? Where you just space out, you're daydreaming, whatever, and your brain is just gone. It's just gone. To me, that's the best way to explain meditation, is where the brain just completely calms down. I don't even know. I'm so used to flinging two hands, guys. I don't know what to do with one. So it's zoning out. It's getting in that place where you're not thinking about your grocery list. You're not thinking about walking the dog. You're not thinking about your bills. You're not thinking about the million of things going on all around you. You're just zoning out. Okay. You're getting you're getting your mind to that place where it's just free. Okay. Now let's take it one step further. Let's take that just a little bit further. So you're zoned out. But then randomly thoughts come in. And the thoughts are like, hey, what am I doing with my mail today? It's not do I have to do the dishes? It's not about your dog. It's not about the bills. It's random things that are coming in. Random weird things that you would never normally think about just popping into your brain. Okay. And I'll tell you what, when you come through that meditation, when you come through that zoning part, the cool thing about it, once you get all that, what happens is when you come back to, and I'm going to say come back to, you start to wake up and you feel rested. You feel like, oh, like my brain is ready for the day. Like I am awake and I'm ready to go. But you're also awake and ready to go with more information in there, more direction, more places to go. Okay, more things to do. And if you follow the thoughts that came in during that meditation, you're going to be blown away by how obstacles seem to be lifted. And it's incredible. Guys, it's truly just incredible how this happens. And I will tell you what, that's the reason for meditation. I mean, for myself, that's the reason for meditation. Yeah, you might just, I have some friends that go into meditation and they go for these journeys and, whether it's guided meditation or with music or whatever, and they go on these beautiful journeys and really it's just, the brain doing whatever it's got to do to just kind of relax itself and kind of come back. And they're just quieting the brain and teaching the brain to be in that quiet sense, which is super cool. Okay. But with practice, you will get more of that information. With practice, you're able to do that a little bit more easily. Advanced versus advice. I'm sorry, advoices versus advice. I love that. I love that. I love that, Courtney. Now, for myself, this is where meditation has given me. Not, yeah, I'm a person that doesn't like meditation. I'm a person that doesn't do meditation, not regularly. I'm a person that has done countless hours of meditation, though, guys. Tons of hours of meditation have I done. I sound like Yoda, have I done? But where's it got me to? It's got me to a place where I can just, good morning, Miss Teresa. I can just drop my mind in very easily. Last week, I went to Deb Roselle, my hypnotherapist, guys. You know her. There you go. I went to Deb. I had a session because I really wanted to work on that whole I'm hiding thing. Okay. And I no more than sat in her office, sat down. Guides came in, started to go, and she's like, "We're supposed to start working." I said, "I know, because they're starting to take me under." And she's like, "Hold on a second." I said, "Oh," and it was so crazy that yes, they were taking me in that easy. They were taking me that easy. And even though I had to pull back from it, and I went, "Hold on, guys, we're not quite ready. We need to figure out what we're figuring out here before we take me into meditation." A little bit later, when she took me in to hypnotize me, literally Deb starts talking, goes, take a breath, I'm out. And meditation has really helped me with that. Meditation has truly helped me to be able to calm my mind, relax my mind, and be able to go into something to receive that information. Yeah, Teresa, feel free to ask a question, honey, but I'm not doing psychic type stuff today, darling. But go ahead and ask a question. But that's one thing I noticed with meditation is with my hypnotherapy, it's helped me with there. With receiving information from guides for myself, it's helped me there. With my psychic or mediumship work, it's helped me there. That's what meditation gets you to, guys. That's what meditation gets you to is to go, hey, guess what? I can freely get information because I'm able to open my mind. Keith, one of my favorite things to do is sitting under a tree, just relaxed and sharing the energy. Exactly, Keith. Courtney, I'd say this happens to most people when they are driving and you go into yeah, I'm horrible for that, guys. I am horrible because I'm a driver meditator. I'm a driver spacer outer person, okay? I've literally got to have, because if I listen to the radio, it's 10 times worse. So or like books on audio, 10 times worse. So I will like put a movie in a movie player over here, a movie that I know that keeps me in a familiar territory. So I don't go on autopilot because it's awful. Um, but yeah, I mean, guys, meditation, I will tell you what, as much as I don't like the standard type meditation, I do a ton of it in a lot of different ways. Tons of it in tons of different ways, guys. And I would strongly suggest you guys to do the same thing because I'll tell you what, that's what I've been doing for days now. That's what I've been doing for days. I'm not a big pill, pain pill type person, guys. So literally, I mean, I took a half a pill let me see. I took maybe 2 pills Thursday night. I think I took 1 on Friday. Took a half of one Saturday morning, half of one Saturday night. Didn't take anything until last night. So it's put me in a place of meditation. It's put me in that place of freely allowing, information to come in because I'm stubborn there too. So, Teresa, that's literally out there last night and this morning, and I had terrible cramps in my legs and feet. Also had this morning too really bad in my feet. When I asked my team, they told me I was getting and uploading. Normally get downloads. I asked what it was, and they said leave it up in the vibration. So I told them my body can't handle it so fast. Please slow down and cramp went away. Have you heard of anything like this? Definitely, Teresa, I have. I have. And I have gone through periods of that. Okay. Remember, when that is happening, what you need to do is add more water into your system because a lot of times what's happening is literally water. You don't have enough in your system to take care of yourself. Okay. So when you're looking at cramping, you're looking at potassiums, magnesiums, and a lot of water. So needing to put those things back into your system. Now, I'm not saying go out and get the supplements. What I am saying is, eat an avocado, eat a potato, eat a banana, that type of situation. Oh my God, I forgot to eat today, guys. Talking about food, now I realize I forgot to eat. So, but adding that into your system, it's going to help you with a lot of that. And it's going to help you to go through those I'm going to say uploads, downloads a little bit easier than you normally do because you're taking care of your body. We tend to forget that this body has a lot of work to do when spirit's doing its work. I mean, we would love to say we're a soul in a body, just having in a meat suit, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, guys, the body's got to do a lot of work to do what we need to do with spirit. Exactly, Courtney, exactly, Denise, exactly. I thought so, but I'm doing better with water. Yes, Teresa, keep doing the water. Yes, I like vitamins. I also like minerals, dear. Todd, did the tea help? Hopefully the tea help. You can't drink your water or eat your water. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to eat your water, but you know what? If I could do it, I mean, there's Jello. I don't know if that's the way to do it or not, but there you go. Anybody have any other questions? Oh my gosh, you guys have been so chatty today. Oh my God, I love it. So many people are watching, so many chattiness going on. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cubes, I love it. Todd says the tea helped. Yes, ice. Love it, love it, love it. I love it, guys. I love it. So, oh my gosh, guys, I think we're going to take a really quick station break. My guest is not with me yet. She will. Oh my God, watermelon season's coming, Haley. Oh my God, I love it. And Haley, I drink a ton. I eat a ton of watermelon, especially in season, and cucumbers. I'm like the watermelon whore. I won't even lie to you because literally with gastric bypass, you know what? Drinking a lot of fluids is not my friend. Don't ask me why, but I can eat watermelon. Don't understand it. I think it's because it goes in and it flushes through right away. So I drink a lot of watermelon that way. Cucumbers, I can get fluids that way, but I'll tell you what, it's a little bit harder for me that way. So definitely lettuce, celery. Perfect, guys. Oh my gosh. I love it. You guys are so awesome. You guys are so awesome. So much today. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick station break, and when we come back, we're going to have my guest. This is DeEtte here on Schooled Thru Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. See you soon, guys.
The Body Code is a revolutionary method of energetic healing developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, which allows us to quickly and easily identify specific imbalances that seem to underline chronic ill health, acute and chronic pain and discomfort, dysfunction, and stress. Ellie energetically connects with the subconscious of the client. Psychic medium Ellie Weisensell is a medical intuitive and energy healer and a certified body code practitioner. She identifies and clears energetic imbalances within the body and energy field. Contact Ellie at the website below, and Ellie can work remotely from a distance, by phone, online, video chat. There's no need to travel to an office. Remember, the Body Code is safe for humans and animals. Contact Ellie today.
Hello, everybody. This is DeEtte, and I am back here with Schooled Thru Spirit on WLTK-DB.com. Um, I am literally copying and pasting the information for my guest here and putting it in the comments so I can put it up on the thing for you guys to be able to get a hold of her later on in life. I'm not gonna re-say her name again because even though she sent it to me phonetically, I've already massacred it. I don't want to do it to her again. She's an amazing woman, and I'm just gonna say, let's bring in Miss Traveler. Hi. Hi, darling. How are you?
Hi.
Will you please pronounce your name for everybody?
So nice to be here.
Oh, nice to have you. So again, how do I
Kalunyahawi.
pronounce your name? Huh? How do I pronounce your
So
name
it's
again?
Kalunyahawi.
Kalunyahawi. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
said it.
Howie.
Woohoo, Kalunyahawi. We are,
Yay!
all my listeners know I don't do names well. You know, I even asked you, and I did, and I sat there going, I'm still gonna mess this up. And I practiced and I practiced, and I'm like, yeah, not great. I'm suck at names, but that's okay. So Kalunyahawi. I love that.
It's not an easy one, that's for sure.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know,
you.
I tell people, I think the reason I don't do names very well is because of my own name. And, you know, and they just said, there you go. Um, so can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So again, my first name is Kalunyahawi. My last name is Traveler. And that is my real name. Everybody always says, is Traveler really your real name? And it is. It's actually my husband's tribal name. So my husband and I are both Native American, and also we like to call it Rainbow Child. So Traveler is his tribal name. And Kalunyahawi is the name given to me through my chief. And it means she carries the sky in English. And typically when you receive a native name, you don't, use it other than in ceremony. But once I received my name, my chief was like, so you are going to take your name on full time because of what you do. And, of course, you don't say anything to a chief. You just sit there. But inside, I'm like, really? Couldn't you give me like Wolf Walker or something? You know what I mean?
That DeEtte could
But I
say.
do. Right. Well, DeEtte, I tell you, because when I first saw your name, I thought it was DeEtte, I remember, but DeEtte is so beautiful.
So isn't yours though. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. So I do have to say, I always make this little clarification that I don't speak for all Native people. I don't speak for any Native people. I don't even speak for the people in my tribe. I speak for myself, Kalunyahawi Traveler, and the teachings that I've received. So with that being said, I am nervous. I'm always nervous when I'm being recorded or I'm on video. If I'm in front of a bunch of people, I'm not really nervous, but I learned a long time ago that nerves are the creators shaking the truth out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to blame it on my ancestors and say they didn't like cameras, they didn't like take pictures. So that's really probably why I'm nervous.
You can do that, but I like to bring people on and just literally make this as two people having a conversation, because I think
Right.
that's the smoothest thing to do. And to me, it works, because if you're going to tell me we're recording, I'm going to be like, I'm not going to talk. It's just me.
Right.
So how'd you get on this I know you're Native American, but how'd you get on this crazy journey? Because not all Native American go on the journey that you're on.
Yeah. So when I was a child, I had a very traumatic childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I also had a lot of beauty. But from my teachings, and I have to say that I've learned so many beautiful teachings from my ancestors, but from every human that's ever crossed my path, no matter the color of their skin, their spiritual and or religious beliefs, or any of that, right? I want to learn from anybody of the light that I can learn from. So in my teachings, trauma is a human experience, and trauma is one of the main ways we wake up. So I know that the trauma I experienced as a child really propelled me into my soul's purpose and my life's calling, right? So we believe like whatever somebody does as a living, for a job is not necessarily your soul's purpose in your life's calling, right? So you may come to earth and you may have a child and you may get married, and you may, I don't know, work at a jewelry store your whole life and you really enjoy it, and that's great. But your soul's purpose in your life's calling is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you come to the planet at this time in this life? And what did you come to do? Did you come to assist the planet or take from the planet? And I believe we all do both from time to time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just seen a lot of things as a child. I've been talking to spirit and being able to see spirits ever since I was a little girl. And to me, it was normal, you know. It happened in the house I grew up with. I would see spirits all the time. And my mom would see spirits. So my mom, one of her ways of connecting was through dream time. If she had a dream 3 times in a row, 3 nights in a row, it was usually premonition dreams, and it was usually foretelling tragedy.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it would come.
I started. Yeah. Yep. That's how I started, was dreaming deaths. I always dreamt deaths.
Right.
I was a one and done though. One and done. Like if I dreamt you, you're like, don't tell me you dreamt about me. I don't want to hear about it.
I know. All right. One nightmare is enough. We don't need to do it 3 nights in a row.
Everybody's gone.
Right.
So I love it. So you started early.
Really early. Yeah. Ever since I can remember. I mean, 2 specific things happened to me that I'm able to connect to, that really propelled me into this work. I knew then when they happened. So one, my mother was boiling water on the stove one day, and she would do that to wash the floors. She had to have hot water, and she had shorts on. It was just her and I home, and she ended up spilling the water on her foot. She was barefoot.
Oh my God.
And it burned her so bad. Like she was on the floor screaming. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe 10, something like that. And I didn't know what to do, you know. I mean, I knew to call 911, but I kind of froze for a second. I'm like getting her a towel, didn't know what to do. And her foot was like bubbling up. It was horrible. Well, in that moment, the doorbell rang. So I run down to get the doorbell because I'm looking for anybody to help me.
Right.
And I open the door, and it's a woman that I recognize. Her name was Rose. I'll never forget it. And she was, I can't remember if she was Italian or Greek, but she was one of those beautiful nationalities. And she was my mom's Avon lady. Yeah. And she just happened to swing by. I don't remember if my mom had an appointment with her or whatever, but here she is at the door, right? And I'm frantic, screaming to her, telling her what's happening. And I will never forget what I felt was her calmness. It was so calm that it calmed me. And so she just said, bring me to your mother. So I walk up the stairs. She's behind me. She sits down over my mother, and she looks at my mother. She looks at my mom's foot. My mother's just crying in pain. And she says to my mom, do you believe in God? And my mother just looked at her. And my mother said, yes. And she said, do you believe that you can be healed right here, right now? And my mother said, yes. And my mother was not a religious person per se, but a very great woman of faith.
Right.
So she asked me to get her a glass of water and a towel. And she put her hands in the water and sprinkled some water on my mom's foot. She said something in her language. I have no idea what she said. And the moment she's sprinkling the water on my mom's foot, my mother stopped screaming. She stopped, turning around in pain. And then she covered my mom's foot up with a towel. She poured the water out into the sink and turned the glass upside down on top of the fridge and told us not to touch it. I don't remember. It was like 7 days or something. Right. And then she said, leave the towel on your foot until you feel like it's ready to come off. And my mother was just halfway on the floor, halfway sitting up, just staring at her with her mouth open, not crying, not saying anything. And now I'm watching this, and I couldn't register in my brain what was happening, but I knew within my soul and my spirit, at a 10-year-old kid, right, this is powerful. This is something that is going to change your life. Right?
Yeah, huge.
So I walk her back out, and she put her hand on my shoulder, and she said, your mother's going to be just fine. And she just walked on down the street. I go back up, and my mother takes a towel off her foot, and it's nothing. It's not even red. Nothing. It's like nothing happened to her. And my mother, and I'm looking at my mother like, what happened? She's like, she healed me. My mother says, she's a healer. Who knew my mother ghost? I thought she was the Avon lady.
That's awesome. I love, but that's really how it is, isn't it? You know, if you think about it, we so many healers are in disguise everywhere that people don't even realize it. You know, they or what we're capable of doing ourselves. You know,
Yes.
which is crazy. Which is crazy. Well, you know, I love how that journey started. You know what I mean? So were you always that kid then? Were you just always that kid and you naturally walked into this world, or did you have other things that you did before you got to this point where being a seer and being the healer you are?
So I always was that kid who was always there for other people. Like I would be in school and they'd be just worrying about kid stuff, and I would just be wondering why this kid's picking on that kid and what can I do to help that kid, and you know, things like that. Or we'd go to do recitals for like a retirement community with elderly people, and I would want to, you know, some kids would be afraid of them, some kids would make fun of them. I would want to get near them. I would just be like, oh, I need to be near them. They've been here for so long. They have so much they can tell me. Just things that kids don't think.
Right.
But I have to say, my first love was music.
Okay.
To be a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been singing ever since I can remember.
Oh, I love that.
And I wanted to be a famous rock and roll singer. That was my, I mean, it didn't happen, but I do connect so strongly to singing that I know that I was a singer in another life. And I brought that into this life. I do sing, but I use it for ceremony and healing purposes now, as opposed to going to be, you know, a big rock and roll famous singer. Oh God, it's funny you say that, because that's the first song I ever sang on stage was me and Bobby McGee.
Oh, I love it, because I can see you're all over your energy, like, and it's not the hair or anything. It's just I'm like Janis Joplin, over and over and over again. You never know. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God, that'd be amazing, right?
That's awesome.
So, but yeah, love singing, love anything to do with music. That was a big thing of mine. And the other thing that I've always been drawn to, even as a young child, was forensic science.
Okay. That's a whole world. That's a whole world.
Yeah, I know.
That's a whole world. Not my world, but it's a whole world. And so are you still working with forensic science then? Are you working with it? You do it?
Psychic investigation work. Right?
Yeah.
So do still learning about it, but definitely working with it for sure. Yeah.
It's a whole nother world that people don't realize. You know what I mean? I don't do forensics, you know what I mean? Because too many people have asked me to find that missing person, and I find them and they're not with us anymore. And I'm like, I got a hair. It seems like when I go down to one hand, you know how everything's in your face, everything's a pain in the butt when you only go one hand. So it's like my nemesis right now. But for myself, going down that trail to find, knowing that I'm going to just find clues to help you have, not have your person back, but to have that closure instead. I struggle with that. You know what I mean? So what is your take on it? I mean, for me, it's amazing work. It's, oh my gosh. And for everybody that does it, holy cow, I love it. You know what I mean? But what is your take on it? How do you feel with it?
Well, I mean, I know that you're a psychic medium. Is that proper terminology for you?
Yeah.
And then I'm a seer, right? So, but same thing, just different terms. So for us, I mean, it's all about, it's the same for me with the psychic investigation work. It's all about giving closure to the spirit and to the humans, especially if somebody's been murdered, right? So that's the other thing. Like I've seen spirits and they've shown me their body when they were murdered. I've seen things. My husband, when I first met him, he was like, I forgot what he said to me. He's like, are you okay? And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, how do you watch that stuff? I don't understand. And I said, how does anybody be a surgeon? How does anybody be a school teacher? How does somebody be a substance abuse counselor or a police officer? Not everybody's made to do it. I said, it doesn't freak me out. It fascinates me. And I want to be honest with you, it fascinates me to get into the mind of somebody that wants to hurt other people like that. right?
Yeah.
Because not everybody can do it. And so I think because we have psychic abilities, you know, it helps us, but it's also, as you know, super dangerous work. But I remember when I first met my husband, we were living in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, because we're both from Massachusetts. And we were living in this house by the lake. And let me tell you something, DeEtte, there was so much going on. It was not even funny. First of all, the land we were living on was cursed. And I don't ever use that word curse, but literally it was like our native elder came out there and was like, yeah, no, you guys, yeah, you can't get married here because we were supposed to get married on the land. He's like, no, no, we're just going to leave the land the way it is. And I'm like, yeah, but can't we heal it? Can't we do this? And he said, listen, not all land can be healed, and not all spirits want to be healed, and not all humans want to be healed.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh. But with that being said, I was there, I think it was my first week, and I saw this spirit, this little girl. She was standing outside on my street, and I just looked at her and I just said, can I help you? I mean, I knew immediately she was a spirit. Long story short, I really got a good visual of what she looked like. So, and about her age, I started to do some investigative work, and come to find out, she was abducted on the corner of my street, and they never found her body. And they never found the person. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. They found her murdered and never found the people that did it.
Right.
So then another spirit started to come to me. I don't know if you all have heard of her. Her story was, what's the word I'm looking for? It got a lot of publicity. Her name is Molly Bish.
Okay.
From Massachusetts. And she was a lifeguard, 16-year-old lifeguard that went to her post one day in the same town where I lived. And she just was abducted, and they eventually found her body. And the same thing, the person that did it was never caught. So long story short, I start to do this psychic investigation work with it just for my own self to practice. And come to find out, they were together. They're linked. And when I saw the spirits together, I said, why are you guys together? And then I heard same person.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I got spirit bumps right now. So people say chills, right? Or what do they call them? Goosebumps. And I said, listen, you get goosebumps when you're cold.
There's a difference, but that's okay. Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So as I began to do more and more investigation work, come to find out, it led me to the police coming to the house that I was renting to check out the previous person that was there because he was a suspect. And I said, you have got to be kidding me. This is insane. Yeah. But my soul and my spirit, for my own safety, told me once I found that out, that's it. That's enough. Because the guy wasn't living there no more, but he was still alive. And you know what I'm saying. I just felt like that's it. That's enough.
I love it. And I love it to people. I mean, kudos to you and everybody that can do it. I just don't like to see what I see. You know what I mean? I see enough as it is. I don't want to me, I'm like, spirit, I got this line I don't want to cross, which is strange because I'm a medical intuitive and they give me some of the worst of the worst. But to see such pain and to see such, and those, to me, it just, it takes my heart and just rips it out. And I'm like, so I prefer when the spirits come to me after the fact, and I will help the closure that way. And that's right. And then I leave that investigation up to people, like you that like to do that. That's your forte. It's just not mine. So God, I always feel so bad saying that, but it's not my forte, So it's kind of like being a nurse walking into a medical field. You have so many things you can do, So you got a list of things you do. So many incredible things. I want to walk down that healing, the healing things you do, those wonderful different types of healings you do. Can you talk about some of those?
Sure. So the name of my practice is Traditional Native Guide to Spirit. And what that means is I guide people to their souls by way of spirit, where everything that you've ever needed for this earth walk lie within you.
Love that.
So when people come to me, I turn them about face. Come to me, I turn you about face. And the way that it's been given to me is It's the same thing as if you were go to Peru and you've never been there before and you don't speak the language and you want to go into the mountains or wherever. You need a guide that has been there before, that can speak the language, that can communicate, that can get you in and out safely. And that's what I do, get you in and out safely. I'm a healer, but I don't heal anybody. I show you how to heal yourself.
Love that. I love that. Oh my God. How did you get to that place of being? How did you get to that point of knowing this? You got so many different modalities of healing, so many different incredible modalities, but I've never heard anybody do this. So how did you get to that?
Trauma, pain, suffering, and healing self. Screaming and yelling and looking to people to save me, fix me, rescue me, religious figures, men, my mommy, all of it. And when I realized that there's a question, so if you write the question, where is the help I need? Question mark. And then you take the first letter of every one of those words and make one word, it spells within. Right. And so when I came to the realization that nobody's coming for you, darling, nobody's going to heal you. People can inspire you. They can share their experience, strength, and hope. They can share with you how they got out of the darkness, but to heal yourself. So in my teachings, there's this beautiful word that's been thrown around a lot, shamanism. Everybody's a shaman.
Everybody's a shaman. I get it. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah.
And I don't say anything. I'm quiet. I don't ever want to disrespect or anybody, right? You did a weekend course and you're a shaman now. I go, okay.
Yeah.
But in my teachings, you don't call yourself a shaman. It is an elder or a chief or shaman that calls you that. And even then you don't call yourself it. Right. And so for us in our teaching, every day people go into the underworld. And let me clarify what I mean by the underworld. The underworld is, let's use the religious term, to go deal with your demons. It is your darkness, your shadows, your trauma, your suffering, your pain, ancestral and your own. And you go into this underworld. Anything that is low vibration, you're going into a different frequency. You're going into the underworld, right? And every day people do this, knowingly and unknowingly. They go into the underworld. And the demons, their own demons, not exorcists, not, TV, Hollywood, your own demons. I like to use that word just because people won't get it. And the demons rip me to shreds, tear off my skin, my muscles, break bones. And that sounds like harsh because it is. It is that painful. And the difference between the healer, the one that knows they're the healer, and the one that doesn't, is because the healer rebuilds themselves and puts themselves back together. Then returns to share what they have learned. And then willingly goes back and does it again and again and again and again. And it is not for the faint of heart. It's a spiritual warrior. And I say that with the most humility to do it. I get a lot of people that come to me and they want to heal and they want to do this and they want to do that. And they're looking for me to look through a glass bowl or a crystal ball and tell them. And I say, listen, you need to do your work. Right. Do your work. I remember one time I was sitting in my backyard where I used to live in Massachusetts and I was praying and I said, Creator, please give me the strength that I need today to do your work. Right. And I used to say that prayer a lot. But this one particular day I heard, do my work. You couldn't handle my work.
Right.
You mean give you the strength you need to do your work.
Right. Oh yeah.
It was beautiful. But
that's really true.
But that's how we wake up. We wake up through trauma. When trauma comes, I love to talk about trauma. People are like, what? When trauma comes, it comes to ask a question. Hey, I'm here. My name's Trauma. Now, trauma is a natural response to an unnatural event. It can be seeing someone get killed. It can be breaking a fingernail, right?
Yep.
So, but when trauma comes to say, I'm here and I have a question for you. Do you want to let me destroy you? Or do you want to do the work that it takes to find the PP, the positive purpose in the trauma? Oh boy. And if we do that, then we heal, awaken, and evolve. And then repeat.
I love that. And it's always the repeat that gets you, you know, and I explain that to people. I'm like, I do it differently. I'm like, hey guys, we're like an onion. You've got layers, and each one of those layers is the same thing over and over and over again. It's just at different levels of understanding, different levels of growth, going a little deeper, a little further in. But it takes time. It takes time to get through those layers. It's just not. It's not going to happen overnight. I love that. I love that. Somebody is asking, do you do sweats? Do you lay down tobacco? Do you practice with prayer ties?
Yes, I do all of that. Yeah,
Yes.
my team does all of that. So we do a nipi ceremony. A nipi is sweat lodge in Lakota. We do a nipi ceremony. We absolutely use tobacco. And the prayer ties, prayer ties. Absolutely. That's somebody that knows a little bit about Native teachings, I hope.
I would say so if she asked the questions. And I love it because when she asked about sweats, I have a dear friend who runs over to Massachusetts all the time. He's off the Boulder Road Reservation. He's been on here, Sean Stevens, before. And Sean is just amazing. And he's invited me to come do sweat several times. And I'm like, no.
Why?
I don't know. And when I'm finally ready, he's running back over to Massachusetts for something. You know what I mean? So I'm always lucky. Now I've got an excuse for 3 months. We're good, So that's my way of looking at it. So but what I want to talk about sweats a little bit because somebody did bring it up. What is it for you? What is a sweat, and what do you hope to gain when you go through it?
So the best way to describe it is sweat lodge is our church, if you will. Many people go to churches, they go to a building. Our sweat lodge is going to our church. It's the church of the earth, Mother Earth. Okay. And when you go into the lodge, it's like you're going back into the womb because it's very dark and it's very hot, just like it was when we were in our mother's womb, our earthly mother. Because for us, Mother Earth, or Inamaka in Lakota, is our first mother. Right. So when we go into the womb, we are going in there, and we are going in there to pray, and we are going in there to receive messages, and we are going in there, for many, many different reasons, whatever our intention is. And when we are finished and we emerge from the lodge, we are being reborn, if you will, anew.
Love that.
That's the best way to describe it in a short version.
I love that. That's truly beautiful because, of course, when you're a layperson looking in, you hear about so many different things about sweat lodges, And Casey says that she is, oh my God, I don't want to lose it. I'm going to totally mess it. Hochika. I don't want to mess it up. She says she's a fellow sister. Here,
okay. Oh, that's her tribe?
There you go. I put that up for you.
Okay. I'm not sure what that is. I am a fellow sister. Okay. But maybe she's mixed native. Okay.
Yeah. Hochika.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, she's okay. Good. Okay.
I love it. The listeners know they're like, this girl, I'm gonna mess it up, and they're just like, let's do this easy for her because they already know me. They know me so well to go, yep, we'll just simplify it for me. I love that. So you know what? You're also do paranormal, right?
Yes, yes.
I just took this to a totally different twist, guys. I mean, we've all been
Shoot.
Native American, we've been sacred, we've been healing, we've been shaman, and now I'm going to put her in a haunted house. Yes, yes, I'm going there.
Yes, yes. So I am blessed to be the seer for RTL Paranormal.
I love that.
Yep. So big shouts out to RTL and Ray Savino for bringing you and I together.
Oh, Ray's amazing. I love him. Yes.
No, I love him. Yeah, it's awesome. So I was told years and years ago, I saw a vision and I was told by spirit that I would be a part of a paranormal team. And I was like, interesting. Okay. And then I moved to Virginia and I put a post on Facebook a little bit about what I do. And I really struggled with that because, my ancestors, we didn't post, you did by word of mouth, but we live in a world with technology and it's all about the intention. My intention is pure. So I did it. And one of the first people that responded to me was Ray. And my husband and I met him and just absolutely fell in love with him and just been with him ever since. I'm also, this is newer, but I'm just as equally honored to be an investigator for the Warren Legacy.
You joined us? Yay!
Oh, you're part of the Warren Legacy?
I'm Joe Seer. If you go all the way up to Joe and Chris, I work for them.
Oh my God! Yay! This is awesome.
I'm part of the Midwest, but they always laugh because we always say I belong to Joe. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I belong to
So who do I
Joe.
belong to? Stephanie and Bill.
There you go. I belong to Joe.
Yeah.
Which is I am part of the Midwest. Yeah, Joe Frankie. I work for Joe. So Joe brought me in and I work for him in his cases. So although Jeff from Midwest does reach out to me and says, "Hey, can you look at this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." But we always say, "I belong to Joe. I belong to Joe." That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Jeff's awesome. And Chris brought me in. Yeah.
yes, Chris is amazing. Chris is amazing. I had Chris on the show last summer, so I love it.
Nice.
Wonderful group of people. And I will tell you what, guys, if you're listening, if you do paranormal and you're sincere about it, Warren Legacy Foundation is a phenomenal place to go.
Yes.
So much being able to give back, so much being able just to help people. I'm not going to say get rid of the ghosts because we never get rid of the ghosts, but we do at least help you to live comfortably with them. Ask them, find a solution to the obvious problem that's going on, or find out what is going on, what we can do to help you. So, because there's always a lot. There's a lot. And if you're going to the Warren Legacy Foundation, more than likely you're going to have more than most. So, which is amazing. Absolutely. So I love that. I love the fact that you're there. So yay. I love it.
Yeah. I know. I'm so excited. We got one more thing to connect about.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So many. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. I love it. So what do you do as a seer on a paranormal investigation? I mean, these two things have got to kind of go. I mean, they shouldn't. And I know and I know in my world, it's all one. It's all energy. It's all spiritual. It's all there. You know what I mean? But when you have somebody look at you, go, "Oh, you're a seer," and then you do paranormal investigation, how how do you take and work those two together? Does that make sense as a question? How do you bring those two together?
Right. So for me, the name seer is an ancient term for one who sees and speaks to spirit. It's like my name in English. She carries the sky.
Right.
When my godfather in chief gave it to me, I was very confused by the name. I didn't know what it meant. And he said, "You've been given that name because of what you do for your calling. You walk on the earth and you hold up the sky. You are a true hybrid." And I began to weep because I thought, wow, and then I said to him, "That's so beautiful." And he said, "Yeah, but think of the weight of it." And then I began to cry because I was like, oh my God, think of the weight of it, right? But because to whom much is given, much is expected, So, by being a seer, I connect to spirit, and through all the clairs, the clairvoyance and all the clairs, and my intention of doing everything that I do is to heal self, cells, and bones first. Because when you take an airplane, they tell you to put the mask on yourself. If you do not heal self continuously, you cannot show anyone else how to do something you don't know how to do.
Yeah.
Then to offer that healing vibration to the spirits, to the humans, to Mother Earth, across Mother Earth, 7 generations back, 7 generations forward. And some don't want it. And then we all have a will to choose. So when I walk into an investigation, very new with the Warren Legacy Foundation, they do their investigations. They're doing a little bit differently. But in my own practice, I've been doing house and land clearings and blessings for a very, very, very long time. And so and the same thing with RTL Paranormal, I will go to the site. I don't want to know anything. Everybody knows I don't go on the pages. I don't look. I don't want to know anything. I just show up. I show up dry, and I will go in and I will make contact with the spirits that are there that wish to connect with me. I don't use physical equipment. I am the equipment.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I don't jive with some of the equipment. What's it called? The spirit box. I gotta leave the room. I can't do it. Oh my God, I can't. It messes with my own frequency. I can't. Yeah. Ray knows. He'll go, "Hey, Kalunyahawi, we're getting ready to use the spirit box," and I leave. I can't do it unless they put the headphones on and I don't hear it.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
So, but I'll pick up, what I'm seeing or what's happened. And I've been blessed a few times with Ray to be able to bring in the evidence from what I'm seeing, whether it be through a piece of equipment or through logging and names of charts of different churches or whatever it is that's going on. And also historians are there, so they can also confirm some of the things that's been brought up. And then now I'm kind of helping him. I may assist in running a group. So then you'll have somebody in there that will have the equipment, and then I will talk, people will ask questions and I will say what I'm getting, and then we'll see if the equipment matches. We've started doing that, and that's really amazing when it lines up. So I'm saying something and then the light will light up. And so it's just, it's different, but I get what you're saying. It's like totally different.
It is. Well, it is. It's night and day, because and I'm going to say it's, I think social perception has you as this, this almost high priestess of sorts of Native American culture. And you're very sacred on a lot of things. And then we're going to put you in a haunted house. You know what I mean? It's just pick you up and plunk you over.
Story of my life.
You know what I mean? Pick up, plunk. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see if we'll let you come back to the light or not, But it is amazing. It's amazing that you've been able to do that, be able to, because I've talked to a lot of people that really get on a sacred path. I don't want to down it all, because I think it's beautiful, but they get on a sacred path and they have a hard time walking into another one. You know what I mean? They have a hard time walking into another room and realizing they're still helping. They're still doing what they were meant to do, So I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. So,
Thank you.
And I'm looking at, me and Ray might be doing an investigation together just to see if we can team up and make this work or not. So it'll be interesting. I'll have to let you know.
Yes, sure. Yeah, please keep me posted. Definitely do it. I've been blessed to be able to learn how to put on the different hats, so to speak. I mean, I connect to spirit 24/7, whatever I'm doing. But so being a seer, I call it, people say mediumship reading. For me, it's a seer and in spirit communication, right?
Yes.
And have I been in public and somebody's grandmother shows up and I check and see, okay, is it going to be okay for me to say something to this person? I do. But I've had to not turn it off, because I don't believe in turning it off other than when I'm asleep. But I've had to learn to put my focus on different areas, because I had spirits coming in all the time. It's chaos, and that's not good energy. That's not pure white light energy. And with all the different things I do, like being a seer, doing animal communication, house and land clearing and blessings, dream interpretation, so on and so on and so on, I still connect to spirit through everything. I connect to my guides, my spirit tribe, your spirit tribe, and your being within, and then my being within. And we come together, we sit at the table, and we figure out what is it that you need, not necessarily what you want. And I'm going to give you the message that you need. And it's tough sometimes, but people know, if you want the truth, don't go to Kalunyahawi, because I'm not here to sign nothing for you. I'm not co-signing nothing for you. I got to answer to Creator for every person that comes my path. And listen, this is all pretty and rainbows and butterflies and blow bubbles and all that, but that's not really how we wake up. And when people come to me and say, I need you to come do my house, I think I have a demon. Listen to me. It's not a demon. It's your grandmother. It's your sister. It's your guide that's making enough noise and being obnoxious enough so that me or you, DeEtte, or somebody can get there to help the human. Then they can leave. Then their job is done. Now, listen, demons are real. They are real. Possession is real. But like a deacon told me one time, if you're going to have a demon that's going to come possess you, you got to be a big mamba jamba. That's exactly what he said to me. You need to be messing with something. Now, I've had house and land clearings blessings where I've had young girls, a young woman, mess with something she doesn't know what she's playing with, and she got in over her head.
Right.
And I had to show her. Now, did I go in and take care of it for her? Oh, no. Oh, no. First, I said, did you learn your lesson? Not.
Probably not.
You're going to repeat it, and it's going to get louder and louder. Just like when you're a kid and you don't listen to mom and dad and you keep doing the same thing, each punishment is more harsh. It's the same thing.
Yep. Nope, I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. But I don't think we ever learn our lessons, do we? I mean, seriously. I mean, we think we do. We think we do. We do, okay, we got this. We keep going on, and 20 years goes by, and you're like, damn it, I did it again.
On some things, yes, on some things. But on some things, I would like to think that I've learned some sort of a lesson.
I think I've learned a ton of lessons, but once in a while, I think I have to kind of skim that surface to make sure I learned it.
Yeah. Because we have the built-in forgetter.
Yeah, we do. We got, what? I'm calling it old age, menopausal brain. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm finally running into that part of life where I'm like, not only have learned from this life, but all the past lifetimes, and kind of moving in, because this lifetime, darling, I'm covering all my bases. I'm going through hypnotherapy. I'm going through shadow work. I am hitting it so hardcore. I mean, like, if you'd have met me 10 years ago to now, you've been like, oh, two totally different people. And it's because of that, like, I am going deep. I'm going as hard as I can. I'm going as deep as I can. I've spent the last 2 years in so many different just hypnotherapy sessions, to go, I need to go in. I need to find where this issue started. You know what I mean? And then let's make sense of it in this lifetime. And then heal, And that brings me to your next one, because you do life regression, which I think is amazing. Explain
Past
that.
life regression.
Yeah.
So, we wake up to the truth as we can handle it. And I remember there was a time where I couldn't handle the truth of past lives. And then I woke up to, of course, you wake up and you're like, of course, And when I was I just turned 50. I have to say that. I just turned 50. I don't know how that happened. You're like,
I'm 52. So there you go. You're gorgeous.
So are you. That's our reflection for each other, right?
I'll take it.
Yes. And so, no, super blessed to be able to walk the earth for 50 years. But in my early 40s, I ran into a woman who was a psychic teacher. I didn't know they had such a thing. And I ended up taking a course from her. She's fantastic. And learning, how to kind of, have some sort of balance with everything. I don't like the word control, turn it off, turn it on. I don't like that. Balance with, and how to work with the gift. Right.
Right.
And so it was in her class that we did our first past life regression. Okay. And it was a simple meditation, and we were virtual. Everybody was all over the place. Okay. And so I was sitting in my pajamas in my living room and just doing it. And I had a past life regression, but I have to share it. Can I share it quickly?
Yeah, please do. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So I see the guide. So I'm very visual, so I can totally see it. I see the guide. I end up, the elevator doors open, and I'm in the desert. And it was so profound because I could feel the heat. I could taste the sand. I was like, wow. And then as I got spirit bumps again. Yeah. And as I'm looking, I see this fantastic female walking towards me over the sand dunes. And she was huge. She was like 6'3". And she had long, long, long jet coal black hair and crystal green eyes. And she had this beautiful black armor with gold. I wish I could draw. I would draw it. Massive sword in her back. And she comes up to me and she looks at me. At first I was like, whoa, is this going to be bad? But I could feel that it was good. And the guide said to me, this is you, pre-Christ. So this was a time before Jesus came, right? BC, AD, all that. So she shows up, she comes to me very closely, and she says to me, I am you in a former life. And I am the only female in a military, I don't think that's the word she used, but I am the only female in an army, that's what she used, of all men. I'm the only female. We protect the king. We are physical fighters to protect the king. She said, who is my father? And then she said to me, and it always makes me tear up, she said, you don't have to fight anymore. You've already done it. Because in my life, I've been such a fighter to the point where it was painful. Because there was a time where I had to save my life. But then you get to a place where it no longer serves you. So you need to heal and release it, or it will cause you harm. And when she said that, I remember with everything I have, DeEtte, I was weeping from relief. And she said, open up your hand because I have something for you that you're going to take into your current life that's going to help you. And she put it in my hand and wouldn't let me see what it was. And then she leaned over and kissed me and walked away. And then we got back into the elevator. We returned. And as I came out of it, I knew with every cell of my being that that was absolutely true. But time goes by. The brain starts talking. Did that really happen? Was it your imagination?
Right.
You know, you're very theatrical. Maybe you made it up.
Right. I love that.
Well, oh, I forgot this part. So when I get into the elevator with my guide, before I returned, I opened up my hand and it was a heart-shaped selenite crystal.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
I love my selenite. So,
well, I was into crystals a little bit at the time. Now it's like I'm crystal heaven. But now, but I didn't know selenite. I had never heard of it.
Okay.
So finished my class. And then I think it was within a few days, I get a call from one of my, the students in the class. She's in Pennsylvania. I didn't tell anybody about what happened. My teacher said, you don't explain it. You don't share it. You just keep it to yourself.
Right.
So she sends me this message and she says, I have something I want to mail you. Something in my spirit's telling me I got to mail you this. And I said, okay. So she mails it to me. I get the box like a week or two later. I open up the box and there's a card and there's this little crocheted bag. I open up the bag and it's the exact heart-shaped selenite crystal that I gave me in another life.
That is so cool.
And I still have it to this day. It's on my altar. You cannot make it up. I mean, you can't. So with that being said, I've since been able to pull up 6 past lives that I've been here before. 6.
I love that.
And then a memory started to come to me and I've asked my dad and my dad's like, yeah, I remember when that happened. My dad and my grandmother would always tell me when you were little, you were about 4. We were driving down the street and you jumped up and you were like, Meme, remember I lived there. And she's like, no, baby, you never lived there. And I said, yes, I did. And she said, I was adamant. And she said, baby, you never lived there. And I said, yes, remember the fire I burned and I died in the fire. And she said her blood just ran cold. And she was like, you want to go get some grapes? Because she didn't know what to say. And I asked my dad because the memory came back. And my dad said, oh, yeah, I remember that. He goes, oh, yeah, it freaked us out. So 6 past lives. So I bring people back to past life regression. But here's the thing. People come to me and I say to them, why do you want a past life regression? Because if you're trying to avoid this life, no. We go back to past life for 2 reasons: to offer healing and or to bring back something that is going to assist you in this life. But you are in this life, be in this life. I've lived multiple lives in this life alone.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, I've done a lot of past life regression, a lot, but it's always been to go back and go, what are we going to heal this time? What are we going to heal this? And it's always because, grant you, I cause a lot of my own stuff in this lifetime. I mean, we all do. It's like stand up and deliver, hand it to me.
Right.
I can take on more, But there's some big chunks that I'm like, oh my gosh, like I literally started because of a fear of snakes. A fear of snakes. It was just ridiculous fear of snake for no reason. So I'm like, let's go find it. And it was incredible. And it was incredible to see. And people don't realize this when you go into, regression, past life regression, you don't come out of this, oh my gosh, I'm healed in a moment. This takes weeks. I mean, the session I did last week will take weeks to come about. This is something got brought up, something you're looking at, you're going, okay, I get that, I understand it, but really the effects of it take forever. And that brings you into this lifetime to say, okay, now I got to fix what's in this lifetime, and it's just another tool, and people don't understand that, so it's incredible though. I mean, I think it's incredible. So from my standpoint.
Me too. It's amazing work. It's such a blessing. I have one past life that I'm working on healing, and I've been on it for over a year. I have to actually go back. Has to do with Salem, Massachusetts, and the
very
quote
nice.
unquote the women that were killed there, being called witches. So, but I have to physically go there, so there's that too.
Yeah, that's always fun. Somebody's asking, you're like, I'm not blowing it off, trust me, but I understand it. I've had those lifetimes where I'm going, shoot.
I know. I'm like, I'll get to it.
Did it have to be that life? But
yeah.
You know what? I mean, there you go. Somebody's asking, how do you ask for what you want in a past life regression, or does spirit choose where you go? I've walked into them awake, but how do you know what you need out of the experience?
Very good. That's a great question. So it's always about intention, right? So before we do anything, we always set intention. What is the intention to go in there? If your intention is anything of a low vibration, whether it's fear, or if I can just do this, I know I can fix my life here. It's not going to happen. You go in with the intention to, just like I said, heal something. I'm going in to see if what needs to be healed. And for you, it was snakes, right? So let's say for me, it was one of my past lives was guilt. I live with guilt. This is what's bothering me today in my life. Let me go into the past life that I need to in order to find out where it is so that I can pinpoint it, so that I can heal it there, then come back into this life and then heal it here. For me, it was guilt. I was able to make the connection. So oftentimes when you go back into the past life and you just make the connection and you're like, oh, that's where it came from. That's where it's rooted in. And then you do that life. And then now when I come back here and guilt comes, it no longer consumes me, because I know today that guilt is something that we do. Guilt is something that causes us to do something against our will.
Mm-hmm.
Conviction is different. Conviction is soft, loving, kind. So when guilt comes, I don't say, get out of here, I got no time for you. I say, hi, guilt. I don't make decisions based on you today, but why have you come? Let's sit down, let's talk. Because you're here as a teacher. Right? And then you can also ask, is there something that I should receive in this life? Now, if no one's ever done this before, I don't suggest that you go do it yourself. This is like you're going to Peru and you're going to go, you got a map and you're going to go into the mountains. If you are like this person's talking about, and they've just kind of walked into it, or they just start dreaming about it and it comes to you, then that's a little different. Than maybe you can look into it a little bit, but definitely a guide. I mean, you're not going to go perform a concert without taking some guitar lessons. Right. It's about being safe. And what I'm saying is you have no idea what the past life is going to bring up. Listen, there's some people that are beautiful human beings, and in a past life, they were not. Right. And that's trauma. So you need to be safe, people. That's the first thing I want to say to everybody. You got to be safe.
Right. Oh, and that's just it, but I think you explained that so beautifully, because I know when I go in, it's spirit gives me the inkling like, oh, you need to go deal with this. I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, but they give me the beginning, and then I go to my practitioner. We all sit down and talk for an hour. What's going on? What I mean? And then we let spirit, take me to where I need to go. So there's no direction of let's go to 1800. You know, it's where do we need to go to
Right.
figure out what this is, you know, and it's incredibly beautiful. It's incredibly beautiful. So, you know, and I hope a lot of people contact you for it because I'll tell you what, it's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Now, can
It
you do
is.
this for other people all virtually too or over the phone?
Yes, well, you know, because of COVID.
Jeez, COVID. Hey, that's
I'm
turned
I'm
into a blessing for some of us. You know what I mean? Don't take that
right,
the wrong.
right.
Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm just saying it took us to the virtual reality.
Yeah, really. No, because before that I didn't. But I'm very blessed to do all of my gifts just as easily, if you will, and as strongly as through virtual as in person. I mean, obviously in person is the best. I can hug the person, I can do all of that, but we do it all through virtual. I have a lot of clients that are still in Massachusetts. I have people that contact me from Canada. I'm very blessed to be able to do it. So the answer is absolutely yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I've had your information, which is your email and your phone number up on the screen. I hope a lot of people take them, you know, screenshot this, guys, take a picture of it, write it down, whatever you need to do, and please get a hold of her because she's just you are such a valued person, you know, and all that you do. You're just I'm honored that you said yes, that you wanted to come in, that Ray introduced us, you know, and to be able to share you with the world you know, a little bit bigger, you know, and a little bit further out. I'm so blessed by that. So I hope many people contact you because you have so much to offer. So much.
Well, thank you so much. It was a great honor to sit with you. I just absolutely adore you. I look forward to continuing to see why the Creator brought us together, because I know it's not just because of this.
I
And I
know.
look forward to learning from you and sharing with you and just, you know, being on this journey with you. It's so difficult, beautiful, but difficult to be on this journey. And we need sisters and brothers and we need allies, right? We have our allies. So I
We
consider you
do.
one. Thank you
Oh,
for having me. I really
definitely.
appreciate it.
Please reach out. Thank you so much. Now, for everybody else, I'll be back in a few minutes with our weekly reading, um, and I'll see you. I'll see you again very soon, my dear. You
We'll
have a
talk.
great day. Everybody else, I'll be back in a few. This is DeEtte Ranae here on Schooled Thru Spirit with WLTK-DB.com.
Okay.
Want to see your video here? Sponsor WLTK-DB Talk Radio and watch us make that happen. With your paid sponsorship of $80, you receive a professional produced audio, video, and banner placement on our station. Not only does your sponsorship air during our live shows, but also replayed on our podcast and heard by hundreds of like-minded people. Visit WLTK-DB.com to get started and find out just how hard we work to get you noticed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is DeEtte Ranae here on Schooled Thru Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. I am going to try to pronounce her name. I've had the beautiful Miss What did I do that for? I so had it, and then I did have it. Kalunyahawi. Miss Traveler, Mrs. Traveler. I'm just going to leave it at that. She is just such an amazing, amazing being. I hope you took the time to write down her information. I hope you've watched. She's got so much to offer. Just an incredible person. And I promise, as her and our friendship develop, I will be able to spit her name out like this. Like, it just takes me a few times. So I'm also putting up my Valentine's Day special, guys, up on the thing. Remember, Be My Valentine. You have to message that to me. Be My Valentine. You have to either go to my Facebook Messenger, DeEtte Ranae, or DeEtte Ranae Psychic Medium, or go to my email, medium@DeEtteRanae.com. Message me that Be My Valentine, and we'll set you up. We're going to do it like one-on-one, setting you up for your reading, and going from there. You know what I mean? That's going to be my set. And this is only going to run through tomorrow, guys. You don't have to schedule the reading by tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. But we have to get you scheduled connect before tomorrow to get it scheduled because this special is going to run out as of tomorrow night at midnight. So Valentine's Day at midnight. So there you go. I also want to say who I got on next week, guys. His name is Spencer. He's a photographer. He's flipping amazing. You know what? It's guys, I try to bring you so much here, so much all over the place. So I'm really hoping you kind of tune in to Spencer, his story, how he got to photography and how that's changed his life. So that is next week. This week, though, we're going to bring out some decks. We're going to do our 5-card stud. You're going to have to be a little bit easy on me here, guys. Why? Oh my God, everybody's got so quiet. We went from chatty Cathy's to everybody's so quiet on me now. I know you're there because I can see the numbers. It's going to take me a little bit to shuffle, guys, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you. Okay. Not going to be a whole lot of shuffling, but there we go. Got it. Got it. Okay. So we're doing 5-card stud here, guys. As you know, pick your numbers 1 through 5. Pick more than one number, 5 numbers, whatever you need. Sorry, just listening. It's okay, Tim. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Hello, Charlotte. Charlotte, I love the work you do. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So with this reading, Charlotte, what we do is I'm going to pick 5 cards out. You're going to, and we're going to number them 1 through 5. You can pick 1 card, 2 of the cards, all the cards, whatever you want. And then I'm going to pick up another card. Let's do it out of this deck as just that extra card, just kind of tied all together. And we're going to do it that way. If you want the personal reading, Shell, yeah, you do have to message me either on Facebook, DeEtteRanae.com, or you can go to my website, DeEtteRanae.com, and send an email through that, or you can go through DeEtte Ranae on Facebook. So, or DeEtte Ranae Psychic Medium. So card number 1 for you guys, if you pick number 1, is the breakthrough cards. You shuffle cards with one hand, then I do it too. Oh, thank you, Tim. I was going to practice. Breakthrough. I love this. If you pick card number 1, breakthrough, this means you're pushing through. You're finally going, oh my God, you're done being stuck. You're done in that holding pattern. What's happening is it's finally cracked in front of you and you're able to push through, and those ideas are coming through. Things are happening. Things are going to be all over the place. And it's pretty awesome because this is a moment where you're like, finally, I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for that opportunity. I've been waiting for that chance. I've been waiting for that idea. And that's really what's going to be coming to you. Card number 2 is infinite blessings. I love the last game. I would love to read it if there is time. Thank you. Angela, yep, we're doing it by numbers, guys. Number 2 is infinite blessings. Oh my God, guys, this card is phenomenal. And I love the fact that I take all 5 cards, guys. So you're going to have to tell me how this works. Infinite blessings is really looking at, you know what? If you pick card number 2, you have blessings all around you. Now, we always like to go to monetary, but I'll tell you what, blessings are rarely monetary. Blessings are an everyday life. It's how you look at things. It's how things come to you, okay? So literally infinite blessings is yours if you pick number 2. So just start looking around and say, oh my gosh, how much is coming to you and how blessed you truly are. Card number 3, be true to your heart. Be true to your heart, okay? This is telling you, don't not do what you want to do, okay? Don't not do what you want to do. Being true to your heart is being true to yourself. So often we sit there and we don't do what we want to do. We do for other people. We want to caretake, we want to help, we want to say yes, we want to do all of those things, okay? If you picked card number 3, it is time for you to be true to you. You stand up on your own. You have a voice. You hold out for you. Okay? It's not time for everybody else. It's time for you. If you pick card number 4, take a pause, guys. Take a pause. Number 4 is just taking that breath. Okay? It doesn't mean you're stopping. Okay? This card does not mean you're stopping. It means you're taking a pause. It's time for you to look around. It's time for you to take everything in to know where to go forward. Okay? And that's what this is about. It's not stopping you. It's just telling you to take a moment, smell the roses, look up, be aware of what's around you, and then go forward again. Card number 5, ideal course of action. Oh, what a gosh, these cards are awesome. Ideal course of action. You pick number 5, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. You are doing exactly what you need to do. You are on the path you're supposed to be going. I'll tell you what, look at that card. You've got a woman and she's looking at that. There we go. Let's try to get it straight. She is looking at that castle going, which way is my best way to get to that destination? And it doesn't matter which route she takes, she's on her way. She is on her way. Okay. And that's what this card is telling you. It's like, guess what? Your destination is going to happen. There's no wrong way of getting there. Okay. So card number 1 was the breakthrough. Card number 2 with this infinite blessings. Card number 3 is being true to your heart. Be true to yourself, guys. Number 4 was take a pause, bring the awareness in. And card number 5 is the ideal course of action. Because trust me, guys, you are doing it. Good morning, Miss Jennifer. Good morning. I'm going to put these away. As you know, it's taken me an extra moment. But we got this. We got this. I don't know if I'm going to be shuffling the next deck, guys. We will do my best. I'm just glad you guys are supportive and not laughing at me. Here we go. Okay, let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, I think I can put all 5 in one sentence. You know what, Tim? I feel you. I'm the same way right now with that. Oh, my God. Okay, so we're going to just pick up a card and go like this. Oh, my God. Look at that. And I'll tell you what. This card is so awesome. It's the transformation card, guys. It's the transformation card, which goes beautifully with all those cards individually or even as a whole. This card said, go inwards and be present with wherever you are in your process. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. Insight will come. Shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the ironic divine perfection of it all. Journey beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn, and let your wings unfurl. Guys, we are in the time of transformation. Every one of those cards said it. Whether you picked one card or all cards, really is says that you're transforming. This is what life's about, guys. Oh, Angela, I'm sorry about that. Oh my gosh, she said I got a new deck before my last hand surgery. I was so pissed I couldn't use it after. LOL. You know what? I'm not giving up my cards. I'm not giving up my readings. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? I refuse. I refuse. That's just me, guys. Terry, are you feeling good enough to do a gallery at Stevens Point on Saturday? I would love to, except for Terry. I can't come on Saturday. I wish I could, but I can't. It sucks. It sucks because I can't. I got other things I have to do on Saturday, or I would be there in a heartbeat, sir. I am doing a gallery Friday night, though, guys. Just so you know, if you're near Hamburg, Wisconsin, these are spun. You're so welcome. If you're in Hamburg, Wisconsin, I gotta bring it up. Oh my God. I got to bring up the name of the lady running it. I want to bring up everything about it for you, but Hamburg, Wisconsin, I need to find the event because I am just, maybe it's there. Okay. February 17th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Kings and Queens Bar and Grill. I will be at there. It's at the, sorry. Let me start all over again. I apologize. The beginning of the flyer says, Our Little America Brings Love with DeEtte Ranae, which is me, and it's hosted by the Kings and Queens Bar and Grill. Tickets are $30 for the gallery. I am going to be there for 2 hours, bringing through as many loved ones as I possibly can for the people there. It is at the Hamburg North Branch Rod and Gun Club, which is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. And that is in Hamburg, Wisconsin on Main Street. I've been there before. I'll tell you what. Oh my God, guys, you don't even know. I went there and I was blown away because the first time I went up there to do a gallery, I did it at the Kings and Queens Bar and Grill. And it was literally standing room only. So many people from the community came in, bought tickets. It was phenomenal. So many loved ones came in. So this time they decided to move it over to the Rod and Gun Club for a bigger venue. Please come on in, buy a ticket. You know what? Again, I talk pretty fast. I get through as many as I possibly can for y'all. You know what I mean? Um, which is awesome, which is awesome. So that is Saturday. I also want to let you know that on Sunday I am at teaching at Earth Song Books and Gifts, and that's in Janesville, Wisconsin. That is where you will find me on that given day. And it's my beginners class. That class, if you want into it, you do have to call the store and you do have to reserve your space. Okay, that is limited space. I think it's only has room for 8 people at that venue to teach at. But again, it's my beginner psychic mediumship development. It goes from 10 to 5. It's only $100 if you take it in person, which is awesome. Now on Saturday, I'm doing this psychic medium fair for Allison Gannon. You can go to my Facebook site and buy tickets for that. That is, you pay $100 and you get 3 readings, guys, 3 15-minute readings for $100. There's just so many just established, renowned psychic mediums up there. We're all getting together. It is an event to help Allison out with her expenses when it comes to, because she is, I'm going to call her a cancer survivor because she is a cancer survivor, but she is fighting cancer again. And we are doing all we can to just kind of help boost her morale, help pay for medical bills, help pay for just basic living, that type of thing. And we're doing it through readings. Okay. So that's another thing. Again, you can go to my Facebook and you can easily click on that, which is super amazing, super awesome. And I am going to do, somebody has private messaged me. So I'm going to put this up there, guys. Sorry. I am going to put this up there because if I don't, I'm going to get yelled at later for not doing this. I did it right? Okay. I'm putting this up there in the comments, guys. Now, don't forget my code if you want to schedule a reading. It does not have to be scheduled before. It has to be scheduled before tomorrow. It does not have to. The reading does not have to happen before tomorrow. Message me. Be your Valentine. Be my Valentine. $50 off an hour. $25 off that half an hour. Now, you're also going to see me put up there the Venmo account. I've gotten a couple of messages now to put my Venmo account up there. I am. You know what? I'm not one to ask for help very often, but I am going to, just because a hand is going to take me out for a little bit and to write that book. I'm going to get the Dragon program, guys. So getting the Dragon program and other things that I may need just to get through this next 3 months of my life. So I'm putting that up there for that. Now, let's talk about shows, guys. Shows, because we got a lot of new shows. And I want to talk about those all. Again, remember, guys, you can go to the website and download all the shows. There it is. You can download all the shows straight to your calendar, which is phenomenal, guys. Straight to your calendar. You can download them. And that way you can actually get that, that notification, because it'd be coming up in your calendar. Now, I'm going to run through these because I'll tell you what, we got even more shows, which is awesome. So every Monday morning, we do start with myself, Schooled Thru Spirit, DeEtte Ranae at 9 a.m. Remember, I go from 9 to 10. Monday morning, Monsters is after me with Barnaby Jones at noon. Beyond the Afterlight with Ashley Moreno and Ben is at 7 p.m. tonight. Be the Change with Christina Bloom is at 8. And then she follows it up again with the Paranormal Room with Christina Bloom and Logan Jacobson at 9 p.m. Tuesdays, we start with Exploring the Paranormal with Heather Lee at 9 a.m. Slipstream Shaman with Todd Wilcox is at noon. Ane with Ane Shin at 5 p.m. And Ane does phenomenal tarot readings. And if you remember her, I had her on last week. She's a dear friend and a phenomenal tarot reader. After that is Unfiltered with DeEtte and Mike. And it is Unfiltered, Unbleep Your Life. I can't see all the words. I love 2 bits. Unbleep. I'm going to just say bleep. Unfiltered, Unbleep Your Life with DeEtte and Mike at 6 p.m. That's where I do the readings. Mike does the life coaching, which is phenomenal. Moment to Moment with Linda Hope is on after that at 7. Spirits Are Talking with Lisa Silverman is at 9 p.m. I think she starts this week. Not positive, but hopefully. Paranormal Pete with Pete Orbea is at 10 p.m. Wednesdays, we start with Self-Care Show with Deidre Sanford at 10 a.m. The Psychic Hour with Kelly Brickle is at 3 p.m. See and Beyond with Kelly Eckhart and Cheryl Murphy is at 6 p.m. I've heard a little bird told me that Missy and Nicole might be coming back soon. We're going to hold on to that. Right now, they're still on break, but I'm sending prayers they're going to come back. Thursdays, Chat with Charlie starts at 9 a.m. with Stephanie Lynn. The Tyson's Gift podcast with Brandon Wainwright is at 6 p.m. Realm of Darkness with Rennie Rodriguez and Ashley Marino is at 7 p.m. The Afterlife Chronicles with Nicole Strickland is at 8 p.m. Voice of Oneness with Amara Bonet is at 10 p.m. Now, Fridays, we do start Soul and Synergy Radio with Terry Flick and Denny Loosemore at 10 a.m. I love them, guys. You don't even know how much I love them. I call them my husbands, guys. They are my husbands. I love them that much. The Psychic Hour Reading Show with Kelly Eckhart is at 3 p.m. That's where she comes in and does your readings. Twilight Tonight with Dee Dee Moonflyer is at 6 p.m. Newbridge Radio with Kevin Mackey is at 7 p.m. Twisted Ascensions with Kaden and Alyssa Mask is at 8 p.m. and Haunted Voices with Todd Bates and Nicole Strickland is at 10 p.m. And I'm also going to let you guys know we do also have another one called The Producers Show that is not on there, and you can see that over the weekend. We do the Producers Show over the weekend, and that is with our very own Todd Bates. He comes on, and literally he has all those emails with all those wonderful questions you guys have had. He is literally putting that out there for you guys to say, hey, I'm here. I'm asking all those questions. You've got the questions. He's giving the answers. It's Sundays at 8 p.m. And he's just coming on for an hour, which is just phenomenal. Any questions that you have, again, he's addressing. He's also bringing up the shows for the week, any questions you might have within those. So much is going on. So much. So, oh my gosh, guys. Tim the Professional, actually. So, that's where we're going at, guys. That's where we're going at. So with everything. So, oh my God, any questions, guys? Any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Anything at all? If not, I'm going to go take a pain pill, at least a half of one, and get this arm up for a little bit. And then, you know what? See what I got to do with the rest of my life. So, with that being said, guys, you have a phenomenal day. I will see you next week. This is DeEtte Ranae here on Schooled Thru Spirit with WLTK. My producer, Todd, go take a damn pill. I'm so stubborn, guys. I'm so stubborn. Awesome. I will, guys. I will rest. Hey, I got to be back tomorrow night for my show tomorrow night. Please take a moment, watch all the shows. You know what? We love you guys all so much. And we will see you very soon. Okay. This is DeEtte Ranae with Schooled Thru Spirit on WLTK-DB.com. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.